So you're over 60, maybe 65, you've worked your whole life, paid your taxes, raised your family, but now retirement's here, and you're staring at the harsh truth. All you've really got is the UK state pension. £203 a week, that's it. No £1 million portfolio, no fat private pension, no side income from rental properties, just the basic state pension and maybe a few coins in the bank. Can you actually retire on that? Or is that a one-way ticket to stress, struggle, and sleepless nights? This isn't just your question, this is the reality for millions of people across the UK right now. And most of them are too embarrassed to talk about it, but I will. Because this video, it's not for the lucky few sipping wine in Portugal off a 7-figure pension. It's for the people who worked hard, did what they could, and now need to know the truth. Is it possible to survive, or even live decently, on just the UK state pension? We're about to break it all down. What £203 a week really buys you in today's economy? Real monthly budgets from real people. What kind of lifestyle is even possible? And how to stretch every single pound. But let's be clear, this video won't sell you dreams. No just move to Bali fantasy, no lottery tickets, just truth, real math, and a clear plan. So grab a cup of tea, or something stronger, because by the end of this you'll know exactly where you stand, and what to do next. The UK state pension sounds simple. You work, you retire, and the government gives you a little money every week. But here's the part no one tells you, that full amount, it's not automatic. To get the full £203.85 a week, you need 35 full years of national insurance contributions. Miss even a few years, and you could be short, way short. Some people only get 120. Some get even less, and they don't find out until it's too late. Now let's say you do qualify for the full amount. What does that actually mean? £203 a week. That's just over £10,600 a year. Now stop and think about your current expenses. Rent, council tax, utilities, groceries, transportation, mobile, prescriptions, any kind of entertainment or social life. Even without luxuries, it adds up fast. Let's go deeper. Rent alone can eat up everything. In many parts of the UK, average rent for a one-bedroom flat is £600 to £800 a month. That's before you even turn on a light or heat the place in winter. Gas and electric, easily £150 a month if you're careful. Water, another £30. Council tax, anywhere from £80 to £150 depending on your band and discount. Groceries, £200 if you're living lane. Bus passes, toiletries, clothes, maybe a takeaway here and there. You're already deep into the red, and that's the issue. The state pension was never meant to replace a full working income. It was designed to keep people barely above water. It assumes you've got savings or a private pension or own your home outright. But millions of people don't, and that's where things get dangerous, because the government number might look okay on paper. But in real life, it doesn't go far, not in 2025. Not with the cost of living climbing and essentials getting more expensive every year. So the real question becomes, what kind of life can you build with just the state pension? That's what we'll break down next. Let's talk about what life actually looks like when you rely on just the state pension. Imagine you're 66, you've just started receiving £203 a week. That's your only income. You don't own your home, so you're renting. No savings, no investments, just the pension hitting your bank account every Monday. First you look for a place to live. In some towns you might get a small one-bed flat for £600 a month if you're lucky. In cities, closer to £800 or more. Let's say you find a deal, £600 a month in rent. That leaves you with about £260 a month. After rent, just £65 a week for literally everything else. Now take out council tax, unless you get a reduction, that could be £100 a month. You're down to £160. Gas, electric and water, and another £150 a month if you're frugal. Now you're sitting on £10. £10 for groceries, transport, prescriptions, toiletries, clothing, and the basic things that make life feel human. It doesn't work, and that's assuming nothing goes wrong. No emergency trips, no broken boiler, no dental issues, no unexpected travel to help family. So how do people do it? They cut everything they can. They shop yellow sticker groceries. They keep the heat off and wear 2 coats indoors. They skip meals. They avoid taking buses because even a few pounds feels like too much. They ration medicine. They live quiet, isolated lives because socializing costs money. And for many, the worst part isn't the lack of things, it's the lack of freedom, the constant calculation, the stress, the shame of not being able to help grandkids or buy a birthday gift for a friend. It's not just financial pressure, it's emotional pressure too. But here's the thing, people are surviving. Some are even managing better than you'd expect. How? That's what we'll talk about next. The benefits, support, and survival tactics that can stretch a tight pension further than you think. Let's talk survival. Because while the state pension alone isn't enough, it's not always the end of the road either. There are ways to stretch it. There are benefits that people don't even know they qualify for, and small decisions that can make a big difference. First up, housing benefit, or the housing element of universal credit. If you rent and have low or no other income, you could get help covering some or even all of your rent. Many people assume they don't qualify, but they do. That alone could take £600 or £700 off your monthly expenses. Then there's council tax reduction. Most pensioners on a low income qualify. That can cut your bill by 50% or even cancel it altogether, depending on where you live and your exact situation. Next is pension credit. This one's big. It's for people on a low income who are over state pension age. It tops up your weekly income and could be worth thousands of pounds a year. And if you get pension credit, you automatically qualify for other help too, like free NHS dental treatment, cold weather payments, and help with energy bills. Speaking of energy, the winter fuel payment and warm home discount can knock hundreds off your heating bills every year. It's not life-changing money, but in a tight winter, it's the difference between heat and no heat. Free TV licenses for over 75. That's a small win, but it all adds up. Even bus passes can save you hundreds over a year if you rely on public transport. Now, none of this is glamorous. It's not a dream retirement, but it is survival. And for some people, it's enough to breathe, enough to live without constant panic, enough to feel a little more human again. The key is knowing what to claim, because the system won't chase you down. You have to ask, you have to apply, you have to fight for every little bit. And that's not fair, but it's the reality. So if you're sitting there thinking there's no way forward, you're not alone. But you're not powerless either. Now let's shift. What if you want to go beyond just surviving? What if you want a life that feels good? Even on just the state pension. That's next. Let's move beyond survival. What does it actually take to live well, even with just the state pension? First, it starts with mindset. Some people retire broke but stay bitter. Others retire broke but get creative. The second group, they tend to be happier. Downsizing is one of the most powerful tools. If you're still in a 3-bedroom house, renting out a room or moving to a smaller flat could free up hundreds each month. Less space, less cost, less stress. Some move to smaller towns where rent is cheaper and the pace of life is slower. They find community in unexpected places: libraries, churches, walking groups, charity shops. Others turn hobbies into small side incomes, selling crafts online, tutoring kids, pet sitting. You don't need a full business, just something small that brings in £50 or £100 a month. That money feels massive when every pound matters. Volunteering helps too. It gives structure, purpose, and social interaction. Some retirees say it saved their mental health. Food banks and community kitchens might feel like a last resort, but in some areas they're lifelines. And they're not just for people in crisis. They're for people who are trying to make ends meet quietly, with dignity. Some people grow their own vegetables. Others learn to cook from scratch and make meals stretch. There are people making 5 meals out of a single chicken and a bag of rice. It's not fancy, but it's fuel. And here's the surprising part. Many people who live like this, with intention, with structure, with simplicity, end up happier than they were during their working years. They reconnect with time, with peace, with simple pleasures. Retirement doesn't have to mean expensive cruises or golf memberships. Sometimes it means a good cup of tea, a walk in the park, and knowing your bills are paid. But none of that happens by accident. You have to plan, you have to cut, you have to claim what's yours, and you have to make the most of every little thing. It's hard, but it's possible. Now let's talk straight. Is the state pension enough? Really? What's the honest answer? Let's wrap it up. So can you retire on just the UK state pension? Here's the honest answer. Yes, but not in the way most people imagine retirement. Not with comfort, not with freedom, not without trade-offs. You can survive, but you'll have to fight for it. You'll need every discount, every benefit, every clever decision you can find. You'll need to cut ruthlessly, live small and stay sharp. You'll have to let go of what retirement used to mean and build a new version. One that's stripped down, but still yours. For some, that's devastating. For others, it's liberating. It depends on how you see it. If retirement is about peace of mind and simple joys, it can still be yours. But if it's about luxury, ease, and never worrying again, you may need more than just the state pension to get there, and that's okay. What matters now is that you face your reality with your eyes wide open. Don't avoid the numbers. Don't pretend it'll work if it won't. Look at what you have. Look at what's possible. And build your plan from there, because the truth is, no one's coming to rescue you, but you can rescue yourself. One decision at a time, one budget at a time, £1 at a time. And if you're listening to this thinking it's already too late, but it's never too late to claim what you're owed, never too late to shift your plan, never too late to live on your terms, even if those terms look different now. So whether you've got 10,000 in the bank or 10 pence, know this, you're not the only one. And you're not done yet, because retirement isn't the end. It's just another beginning. And you've still got time to write the story you want to tell.